Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the Weasley Sisters Vlogmas, day 10, where we're going to talk about weaving today. Yesterday we talked about...
Time out. I'm naturally nitty, and you are...
Star knits, but it's written on the screen so people can read.
And you probably know us anyways, so...
Yeah. No, sorry about that. Yesterday we talked about darning socks, and then I went on and did it.
All of them?
No, I did 2 pairs. So this one, I did the knit patch.
Awesome.
On both because there was holes on both. This one, I did the woven one.
Yeah, how'd you like that?
No, I don't. So this one, this sock, which is the second sock of that pair, it's not a hole, but it's really thin.
It will be.
So I think I'm just gonna quick knit a little patch over that.
I'm gonna have to try that. I just don't have any time to do any of that. I have all sorts of hats that I need to get done.
So I'm making a secret project. So when Bella's around, I brought that up to work on that.
That's smart.
And then I have the project that is secret to work on during the day. And I can't show it because I think she watches this.
Oh, hi, Bella.
So anyway, Jessica started warping her loom yesterday or the day before. Yes. And I was totally jealous because actually yesterday I was going through the day before I was going through my yarn to see if I could do stuff with my special project. And I found these. Ooh. So these are some yarns I got on the give and take table at SSK last year. This one I cannot do. And sorry, the lighting is pretty bad. Is Prism by Prism. It is 630 yards lace weight, but it's 100% tencel. So I remember picking it up thinking this would be some great weft for like a shawl.
Okay.
Or warp. I meant warp.
I was thinking, but if you want to weft with it, it's totally...
No, I'm going to warp with this one. And the colorway is peacock. So if you could see it, it's purple and blue.
It is pretty.
And beautiful. And there's green in it. So then I saw this sitting next to it, which is a pretty big skein of sock weight yarn. And I think it has some tencel in it too, because it feels similar. So this would be the weft for my shawl that I want to make. So I pulled it out and I set it out of my bin to weave. And then Jessica was warping her loom. And I was like, oh, I want to weave. So Jessica's going to talk about her process.
Which really isn't a process.
But it is, because did you bring your cowl that you made before like this over to show?
I can go grab it real quick.
Okay. I will talk real quick while you run and get that. So she weaves with her leftover hand spun and doesn't have a plan. And every time I weave without a plan, it looks like horrible. So I need to get her, I have this on my hand because I'm going to pick up stitches and knit a flap. But every time I weave without a plan, it just does not look good. So I need her to share her wisdom with me because I can't weave without a plan because I suck. So Jessica's going to talk about it now.
So I made this, I don't know, a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And it's basically the same stuff that I have here. I had a bunch of hand spun, like leftover balls from various projects. And like, what do you do with that stuff? Nothing.
I keep it in a bag, like so.
That's what you do with it. Like, you don't use them, right?
Because it's already skeined up and ready to use. It's just in a bag.
So I wove this up. It actually was a little bit longer, and I made a bag Oops, I'm gonna like make my whole computer fall. I don't know where it went, but I like sewed. Oh, it's up on my table. I sewed a huge I can't,
Bag.
buddy. You need to go to bed. Sorry. Seriously. Good night. I love you. Goodbye.
Good night. I love you. And
um,
you're my dad. And you don't know. But I love you. I love you. Sorry, I will stop singing.
Oh, I used part of it to, so I had a woven part on a project bag. Anyways, because it was a little too long. I just like warped it and wove and like went to town and had a little too much. But I decided on this much for a cowl. And then I folded it together and seamed it. I don't know if you can see that. And then I like did a French seam where I turned it back inside out so there's not like raw edges. You know what that, right?
Yeah, that's a fancy thing that they talk about on Project Runway.
But it's huge and like bulky, but I don't care. I use it to the back of my neck. So I just kind of go like this, and you can like leave it like that. But then it's so warm in the winter, and I go like this, and I get so many compliments on this thing. And it really, I just did it.
Yeah. So how do you just do it?
Okay. So I grab out all the yarn that I have. Not all the yarn. Obviously, I have a lot of yarn.
All the hand spun leftovers.
Leftover bits. Okay. So give me your thing. I'll sign it. I have to sign his reading thing. Sorry.
It's cool. Hey, buddy.
I love you. Good night. You can pop your head in if you want.
You have to go really far into the middle. Hey, dude.
Turbid. Anyways, I can't hear you. My ears are in. Anyways, I pull out all my bits, and like this is the name. I'll use them. Where's my phone? I have like lost everything today.
That's because I made you run and get stuff.
Yeah. And my phone's acting so weird, but a picture up. I took a picture of all my yarny bits that I was going to use. Here we go. Let's see if that can show up there.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
Okay. And
yeah.
So a bunch of these that were on my shuttles already were from various weaving projects that I've done before that I just didn't undo because I'm lazy. And let's face it, aren't we all? We're all lazy. We don't like to put things away. At least I am. Anyway, so I had all this stuff and I kind of looked at things and said, okay, what do I want on here? What do I not want on here? I think I threw like 1 or 2 balls of fiber out or yarn that I was like, no. And then I just started warping in random groups.
You didn't even do the same number. You just went random.
I just kind of said, this looks good. And let me put this up here. I'll turn the camera around or the computer around so you can see. Get this out of the way. See the stripage going on. So.
Yeah, I like that. It looks good, except for that orange part right there.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
It
looks good.
It's so hard to hold this. Anyways, okay, here we go. So I started over here, and I had some purple, and then this is pink and purple and yellow. There's no orange.
It looks orange on the screen.
And then this is some like green purpley stuff, and then this is some singles. And
okay,
I
can't see that anymore.
Oopsie.
Okay, there.
And I don't care about weight. Like there's some bulky, there's some fingering, there's some whatever. Like I don't care. I used an 8-dent reed, so it has a really big hole. It means 8 yarns per inch. Yeah. Like,
which I don't have for my loom. I only have 12.
Sorry, I keep like turning. Sorry, don't look at the mess in my house. And then some bluey purpley stuff and some more purple, which is the same as over here because I really liked it. And I think that has tencel in it because it has like no bounce whatsoever. And then just a pop of, I'll say, one thing I did plan was this pop of yellow. When you have something that really contrasts, kind of like a quilt or you're knitting or like Fair Isle, like if you have a pop of color that doesn't quite go, it tends to like stick out, but it looks really cool in the finished woven project.
And in mashups, it just makes the
Right.
yarn look fantastic.
And then another little bit of like green and pink stuff, and then a little bit more of that purple at the end. Oh, and this green stuff here, which was, oh my gosh, my arm's dying.
That's cool. We saw it. We saw it.
And
we can see a little bit of it at the corner.
Which was the main thing. I did like a big strip of that because I knew I had a lot of this on here. So when you go with the warp, I mean the weft, you'll get get up again, like a square of like
the same color, so it'll look plaid.
Yeah, so it looks cool.
That does look cool.
I like that. But anyways, so yeah, and then I just kind of go to town and I weave however much. So I do, I don't know, like a couple inch, 2 to 3 inch sections, and then sometimes I'll do like a smaller one, like an inch or maybe an inch and a half, and then sometimes I do a 4 inch, and then I'll do what I just kind of like go with it, and I look at the last color I did and I'd say, let me see. What
That's cool though.
Do like I really don't plan. I just kind of grab and go and do.
That's cool. I need to do that with all of my ends. But I think I might need to get an 8 dent reed for my Hairsville designs.
I love it.
And that might be on my Christmas wish list or birthday wish list because it's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
I keep trying to find them used, but it's not happening.
Another thing that I do is I didn't have that many shuttles. Actually, someone from my crafters retreat knows I weave, and she found a bunch of shuttles at, I think, like a garage sale or something, and gave me like.
That's awesome. Now that I live in Wisconsin, I'm totally hitting up the garage sales because your friends find the coolest things and they all live in Wisconsin.
So I had like one that I bought, and then I made like some really crappy one out of some like balsam wood things.
I thought you made them out of the paint stir sticks.
No, I didn't, but you could. Anyways.
Oh, so maybe I saw someone else do that.
But even so, I don't have enough for all the colors I want. So I'll wrap half the side with one color and half with the other, so I can use one shuttle for 2 colors, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, and that's smart sense.
Yes. So like that. And this is even 2 different colors. I don't know if you can tell.
So you'll have to watch Jessica's Instagram, which is at Naturally Nitty, to see her finished object because she will post about it.
And hopefully it'll be finished. Well, maybe I'll even show it on here.
If you have it done when we vlog tomorrow.
Well, it's for a Christmas gift party. We're having a party on Friday. So I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow.
Yes.
And wash it Thursday so that I can give it away on Friday.
Well, you have that handy dandy drying thing, so it should dry in time.
So we'll see. The weaving, the weaving goes fast.
It's the warping that takes forever.
And then getting it through the little holes it annoys me. But I got that done fast. I did that all yesterday.
Yeah, and you have a rigid heddle, so she can do the direct warp. I haven't figured out how to do that for my floor loom, and I'm not sure if it's even possible. And the weaving is so new to me. It's just I try stuff and it just doesn't always work.
Your stuff is always beautiful. You made all those scarves last year for gifts, and I was jealous.
Yeah, well, just recently I made some bath mats, and they're horrible. They're just horrible. Like, if you talk for a little bit, I'll go get one and be right back.
You win some, you lose some. Yeah. So no, I really like weaving. It goes fast. Like I said, the main thing is warping it. It takes the most time walking back and forth. Actually, I don't have to walk back and forth because I use a warping board. I don't know if you can see this. Oops. But I attach it to my table there, and it's pretty handy. Oh, here's another picture.
That's really smart. Over, yeah.
And that's how I do it. So then I can just stand there. I used to do it, oops, wrong way. The one peg method. And that was just a pain because I have to like walk all the way across the room, which, you know, how lame am I that I don't want to walk across the room, but like, wrap it around the warping board and do it.
But that's really smart too, because then you're not taking up like half the room.
Yeah. And like I did part of it and then I went out to breakfast with my friend Paulette, which was awesome. And then came back and finished it, and it wasn't in the way. It was just like right there, or not any more in the way than any of my other crafts.
Yeah. Well, like our house is our craft room. So this is true, people. And
I was gonna say another thing. I'll even show you guys right now. So when I'm ready to change the yarn, instead of having to weave in ends, I will go through and I just cut the yarn halfway. Let me find my scissors. Like I'll get it all situated. And I take it out halfway and snip it and tuck it back in. And then I pick another color, which maybe I'll do
yellow.
Okay. I'll do yellow. Then I take this off and then I put it right in the same direction I was going. Same pass.
I don't even like yellow. I don't know why I said it, but I just did.
It's a nice pop. It's fun. And then I go down. So then it overlaps like right there.
Yeah.
So I don't have to weave anything in because I hate weaving things in.
Yeah, I do as well. So let me show you my horrible. So first of all, I used worsted weight. It was not really worsted weight. It was on a cone. And I ran out of black cotton yarn because I was making it with a t-shirt rug because I was like, I want it just to be like a heavy duty bath mat. So I did that. It just looks horrible, doesn't it?
I think it's cool.
It's super skinny, but my bathroom, our second bathroom, which is just a half bath, is really small. So this works perfectly. And I made 2 other ones and then I ended up sewing them. I don't know. I don't know. And like this part right here, see how it's like wider? Like I must have crossed
and missed a thing.
Crossed them when I was threading the little orifice thingies. They're not, I don't know what they're called. I should know what they're called.
Hook and eye. I don't know. Yeah.
Because they're like the wire hanging things on a floor loom. Anyways, so I must have crossed and it was just like messed up. I don't know. I mean, I'm still learning the weaving thing.
I think it looks cool.
And I zigzagged around the edge. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, with the sewing machine?
Because I'm not sure if it's even going to hold up at all. So I zigzagged all the way around and then I folded this over and zigzagged. I keep holding to the wrong side. I zigzagged to here and just folded it over. And I was like, I don't care. We're going to stand on it and it's going to catch drops of water. I don't care. So, and it's not like I'm giving it to anyone. So like, that's why I get like serious anxiety about weaving because yeah.
I made rugs like that too. And mine are super wonky and I have it in my entryway and I don't care. And it gets like kicked all over the place because
right.
I don't know, like whatever.
A rug. But anyway, so when I was looking up what to do with all these t-shirts that I have, like most of them are white, but I saw this thing like you take a hula hoop and you make a circle rug. But I was looking at the tutorial and like when she showed it off of the hula hoop, it looked so wonky. So I was like, I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll just crochet a circle because I was like, that would be really cool. Because I want to use, do you see this wool right here? This is my natural section. Like I have it kind of organized, but when I moved, I just didn't really organize it. But I have my natural section, and this is like samples of that I've done of like some of the sheep fleeces that I've washed, or like this stuff was I had spun and I was going to knit Andy a sweater of it. And it was like, it's like not the best fabric. I would use it more for a rug. So I think I was thinking of like making one of those hula hoop looms and like weaving with all of this wool and have like a really cool circular woven rug.
That'd be fun.
But when I was looking at the tutorial, it just looks so wonky. So I might have to look into it a little bit more, like look more into like, you know how they weave those like hangings on
the wall.
on the loom for the, not the loom, but on those like cross stitch rings, and then they hang them up and they just leave them. I need to like look into how they do that and then do that on the
hula
hoop.
That's a cool.
And
I might have to copy you.
but then it would only be like a 4-foot round rug. But I was looking at my living room and I think that would look okay. And if I made like 2 or 3, I could have 3 round rugs in my living room and they would just be awesome.
I think that'd be fun.
So yeah, that's my thought of what I want to do. Like I dream large and I'm not sure if it would actually work. So if you've woven circularly and you have any tips or links, comment below. And we had a comment on the sewing one. Julie, I think was her name. She said Joanne sells this stuff called trace something, and it's for like tracing patterns, and she said it's like works way better than what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, the freezer paper. She said it's like see-through and it works and it's like cheaper than muslin, because I remember I said maybe take muslin and make like a permanent pattern.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna have to go to the Joann's, one of them around here, and see if I can find that stuff. So thank you for that comment because that helps me out tremendously.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah. Okay, so we are just like talking. So we're going to let you guys go because we're at like 20 minutes. So we're sorry. This was not a short vlog. But if you have woven crazy, awesome things like Jessica, share a link here, or you can go to our Ravelry group on Ravelry and post a picture in our talking thread, or just create your own thread, say Vlogmas chatter or whatever, and just like show us what you've woven, because like I said, I'm still new at it and I really like seeing all the stuff. So yeah, but we're gonna let you go and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Have a great day or night, actually.